Right, yes guys, welcome back. Today, I'm proud to announce we started a new project called the National League Talk Show. Every week, I'm going to be going through everything that's happened in each game week of the National League, and we're just going to be having a chat about what has happened in the games, the player of the week, the manager of the week, the goal of the week, the howl of the week. We're going to be covering everything in this, so before we get going, make sure to go down there and subscribe to the channel if you are new, because you don't want to miss these talk shows. For the first episode, let's go for 100 likes on today's video, and let's get talking National League. I haven't been well for the past couple of days, so just ignore if my voice is a bit strange and stuff. Yeah, I haven't been well. So the first game we're going to be talking about is the Dorking Wanderers 2-2 draw with Chesterfield from what seemed to be a routine game for Chesterfield, and what seemed to be an all but certain 3 points turned into a disaster for the Spyrites. 2 goals up with 23 minutes to go. Surely there was nothing to go wrong, but there was. The party was spoilt thanks to goals from James McShane and Luke Moore. Obviously, the main talking point to get out of this game is that red card by the goalkeeper Lucas Covelin. What on earth was this man thinking? So it all started off, there was a ball over the top that Dorking striker Ryan Seeger runs onto. Covelin comes out, he wins the 50-50, wins the header. That's surely the end of it. He runs back into his goal, but no, he feels the need to run back and deliberately stamp on Seeger's calf. Now, it's an unexplainable reaction that not many people know why he's done it, unless he thought Seeger had gone into the 50-50 trying to hurt him. But from what I looked at it from the angle, it looked as if it was a clean 50-50 that was won by the goalkeeper, and now it leaves Chesterfield without a goalkeeper. So Paul Cook is going to need to do a bit of recruiting now to get a goalkeeper in before Saturday, because they might have a youth keeper, but I do believe Covelin is their only goalkeeper available. It's a stupid decision made by the goalkeeper. He should never have come into his mind to do such a thing, especially in the first game of the season as well. He's got a history of being a bit of a lunatic in the goal, and he's just proved it here. What a silly and stupid reaction done by the Chesterfield goalie. And then to top it off, midfielder Ollie Banks had to go in goal for the rest of the game, so fair play to him. Crazy fact, he did actually make the 3rd most saves in the National League on that game week, so Ollie Banks might take up a new role in goalkeeper spot. Fair play to Ollie Banks for going in goal. Looking at this game from a Dorking Wanderers point of view, I think they'll be very happy with the point. Although Chesterfield did have 10 men for the majority of the game, still to come back from 2 goals down and peg it back to 2-2 and secure a point, I think that in itself is a really good way to start the season for Mark White's side. On the other hand, for Chesterfield, they'll be gutted, because I really think with 11 men, they could have probably won this game 2 or 3-0. But obviously the red card for the goalkeeper just completely turned the game on its head, and obviously it wasn't to be for Chesterfield on Saturday. I think as well, once Kabongo Shamanga is back for Chesterfield, I think the link up front between him and Akwasi Asante is going to be deadly. Asante looked really good up front on Saturday for Chesterfield, and I think once his strike partner in Shamanga is back, I think they're looking at easily 25 goals between the two of them plus. Moving on to the next game is Wrexham 2, Eastleigh 1, the cracker of an opening day fixture here. We avoided an opening day defeat thanks to a late brace from summer signing Elliot Lee. 2 fantastic goals. The main point I want to start off with is I wanted to say the fact that if Eastleigh didn't pretend to be injured, or if Eastleigh didn't dive every couple of seconds and waste time, I think they'd be a decent team, and they do a lot better than they do every season, because once they had their chances up front, I think they looked really lethal in the chances they had. I think they had around 5 or 6, and in those chances they hit the post, they scored, and they tested us massively. I think the way that Eastleigh played on Saturday is not the way that you want to be playing football. It's not football to see them do that, and the fact that there was I think there was 7 minutes added on between half-time and full-time as well. For me, there was over 12 minutes wasted at least by Eastleigh in that whole game. It was a shambles. It was shambolic to watch, and the referee and the officials just let it go. And I think that's where something needs to be done in this league, because the referees are an absolute disgrace. At one point, We were attacking, we were nearly in Eastleigh's box, and the referee blows to go back and check on a player that's in Wrexham's 6-yard box. Like, some of the decisions he made on that day just didn't make sense. He was a horrific referee, and yeah, he was a disgrace to this league, and I hope we never see him in charge of a game again. And back onto Eastleigh on their time wasted now. We've seen the women's football last week, and there was not one bit of play where a player dived, a player time waste, and it puts these men footballers to absolute shame. It's an embarrassment. I hate watching it because every couple of seconds there's a player rolling around when he gets touched in the slightest, and it's not nice to see. On the other hand, for Wrexham, it obviously wasn't the performance that we wanted on the opening day to give to a 10,000 crowd at the racecourse, but we dug deep and we got the 3 points. We beat Eastleigh, who are persistent time wasters. So yeah, that's all that matters at the end of the day. I'm sure Eastleigh will look back on that and think what they could have done. Could they have won the game if they didn't time waste? They might have had a chance. I'm not going to bother thinking about that anymore. Tom O'Connor did come off injured for Wrexham after around 20 minutes. We've seen though from Parkinson, it's not a serious injury. I think it was something to do with his groin. It's not a serious injury. Parkinson just doesn't want to risk him. It's the first game of the season. We've got good backup in that position. I'm considering we've got two big away games coming up, Yeovil and Chesterfield. We aren't going to be willing to risk some of our key players for them to possibly get injured even more and be out for a longer period of time. Two incredible finishes from Elliot Lee. The first one being an incredible curling effort from the edge of the box into the bottom right hand corner after an Ollie Palmer backheel assist. I think that's what we're forgetting for this goal. The assist was incredible from Palmer. He sort of caught the defenders lacking a bit, and it was an unexpected move. I think Wrexham fans can agree with that one. And then the second goal, the neat ball played through by Paul Mullin. Lee took two touches and buried it past McDonald. He didn't have a chance. So two incredible goals on his debut for Elliot Lee and a good first win for the town. The next game, Notts County 3, Maidenhead United 0. Now this opening day fixture, I think we all expected to see Notts County get the 3 points in this one, but the main talking point is the new striker signing of Macaulay Langstaff. We expected him to do well, and he pulled through with a brace on his debut. I thought it was a slightly shaky start by Notts County. They sort of struggling to find their feet a bit in the opening couple of minutes, but since then, you know, they grew into the game, and on 22 minutes they took the lead thanks to a Macaulay Langstaff goal. It was a lovely 1-2, and it was played through to Langstaff, and he finished it past the keeper to open the scoring. I thought Langstaff as well took his second goal really well. He's got a real eye for goal, and I thought he looked really composed in both of his finishes, and I think he could be Notts' main source of goals this season, and it looks like he could be in for a good season. On the other hand, for Maidenhead, I really do worry for them this season. They've done really well the past couple of seasons to survive with the resources they've had and with the budget they've got, but I just think this year the recruitment in signings hasn't been as good as previous years. It doesn't help as well losing their key striker Josh Kelly to Solihull. So I think, yeah, they're going to be in for a bad season in my opinion, and it's going to be a long one for them. Other key results in the league this week were Solihull Moors beat Aldershot Town away 4-1. Again, they're carrying on their incredible form from last year. Southend fell to defeat at home to Bournemouth on the opening game. A Danny Newton goal secured all 3 points at Roots Hall, and Scunthorpe, their first game in the National League, they beat Yeovil Town in front of the BT cameras by 2-1. Now we've got the more fun side of the video. We're going to be starting off with Manager of the Week, the manager who I think has done a Pep Guardiola and completely mastered it in this week in the National League. I have given the Manager of the Week to Luke Garrard of Boreham Wood. Now, going into the game, Boreham Wood versus Southend, I'd have bet all my money on a Southend United win, but they've proved me and a lot of people wrong the other day, and a great way to start off the season with a 3 points. Many teams struggle when they go to Southend to pick up all 3 points, and I think Boreham Wood will only be one of the select few teams to go there and pick up 3 points, and to do it in the fashion they did was incredible. In front of a large crowd at Wrexham, nearly 6,000, and lots of hype going into Southend United for this season. Boreham Wood arrived at Roots Hall and caused an upset with 9 men. They had a red card in the 73rd minute and the 89th minute, so they've done it with 9 men. They've silenced the Southend United fans on the opening day. That's nothing against Southend, but you know, it's a good win for Boreham Wood. Luke Garrard is my deserved manager of the week. Player of the week. Now, I think this may come across as being a bit biased, but there's only one person I can give this to. Okay, maybe two, Langstaff or Elliot Lee, but for me, it has to be Elliot Lee. Now, he came on in the Wrexham versus Eastleigh game, and he came on to be the saviour of the game, to save Wrexham from humiliation on the opening day, and he did just that. 2 great goals in the last 17 minutes. Now, as a Wrexham fan, I was there, you might have seen the vlog. In that time, up to the 73rd minute when he came on, Wrexham, we created next to nothing in the final third. We lacked creativity, but as soon as Elliot Lee came on, he completely changed the final third around. His skills, his feint passes, his speed in the final third, and the speed when taking on defenders was just undefendable for the Eastleigh players. Imagine when Elliot Lee is fully fit as well. He will tear this division apart. I think he deserves this a lot, not only for his super impact sub changing the game, but for his 2 goals as well. Goal of the week. This is an interesting one. Again, I've got 2 nominees. Elliot Lee versus Eastleigh and Joel Taylor versus Maidenhead, but Joel Taylor just pips this one for me. The neat 1-2 that he did play with the Notts County player. He takes 1 touch forward to the left and he just unleashes a 25-yard rocket into the top left corner to cap off an incredible first win for Notts County against Maidenhead. Like I said, Lee was a close runner-up, but for this goal to be scored in the opening day, it's a clear winner for me, Joel Taylor against Maidenhead. And the final one is Howler of the week. Now, can I really go into any debate over who this is going to be? Not really. It's Lucas Coughlin. There's only one winner for this one. His stupid red card that he got in the opening stages of their fixture against Dorking Wanderers. Such a stupid decision. He's now out for 3 games, which is a massive blow for Chesterfield. So Lucas Coughlin gets Howler of the week. That is the video, the first episode of the National League talk show. Let me know what categories you want me to talk about in the next video. Let me know in the comments if you've got any tips for this new episode or series, if you want to call it. And yeah, any suggestions would be much appreciated. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.